Everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome to week 2. As I talked about, I always like to open the next week on a Saturday to give you a little bit of time beforehand. I've had a few people reach out and ask, "Hey, can you open it even further out and let us have a chance to start early?" I would if I could. That would just throw off the class in general. It's just sequences that need to happen in this class. I record these videos as well in this class for you, and I wouldn't be able to do that each time if I opened up everything all at once. So apologize for that. That's just the way we're required to move forward. And I'll definitely give you all the time that you need in order to do a good job in this work. And if I can open a little early at times, I'll do that for you too. So, but at minimum, they'll open Saturday before the module starts. But of course, we're in week 2. So if you click on week 2, you're going to see a little bit of information here about verbal and nonverbal communication. There's 2 drop downs. I'm not sure why it's like that, but we need to, of course, I'll eventually figure out how to get rid of that folder right there. But being new, like I said, this is Blackboard Ultra is a little new. Taking a lot of classes on it, but I'm still learning some things. So there's a lot of things I hadn't uncovered yet. One being how to embed a video. It just goes straight to YouTube when you click on that. It used to be embedded in Blackboard, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet outside of a document. And I'm not sure if I want it sitting in a document or not, but maybe that'll be easier. We'll see. So it might look different in the future. I'm continuing to try to figure that out and play with it and make it easier for you guys. But the thing that we have due this week, of course, is our homework. Homework for Chapter 2 and homework for Chapter 3 is going to be due on the 29th by end of day. You want to make sure you read Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 in your Flat World textbook. And there's a lot of different features here about verbal and nonverbal communication. I really like this TED Talk here about the power of nonverbal communication. And this is really, I'm a historical guy. I love history. There's a really cool, it's an older video, here about nonverbal communication with a lot of political leaders and such. Some good, some not so good in regards to, what they've done to society and such. So take a look at it. It gives you some insight into how nonverbal communication is used, not just in power, but also in how to communicate more effectively. So take a look at that when you have time. I think it's interesting. It's just older, so just be aware it's not the greatest quality video. All right. So Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, make sure you get your homework done. There's no discussion board this week, so you got 2 sets of homework there, and you can finish that anytime. In the script there a little bit, I had to go back to the announcement section. I knew we were going to talk about attendance in this week's module. You can click on here and see your attendance. The thing I'll say is the only time you don't get attendance is if you don't submit your work. You have to submit your work on time in order to get attendance. So if you're late submitting your work, you're not going to get attendance for that week. So if you click, of course, on the Start Here page, you'll see your PPS form. And the way I work things out in regards to PPS for an online class is, you get points deducted for not submitting work on time. Dependability is, of course, submitting work on time. Responsibility plays into that as well. There's all kinds of different examples. So your initial occurrence is going to be 2 points deducted, and then your subsequent occurrence is 4 points deducted. But when you don't submit your work, that's going to play into things. Appearance is not going to really count, right? In an online setting, if you're on camera, that does count. So if you show up to a Zoom meeting, you request a Zoom meeting with me, that's an optional thing, and you show up and you're just not in an appearance that would be, of course, meaningful in regards to a future healthcare professional, then that would be an issue. But I don't suspect that would be a problem. You guys understand there's certain things that we have to do in order to be professional in our workplace, and there's certain things that we need to do to be professional in school. So just submit your work on time. That's the main thing that I take off points for in regards to PPS, and you'll see that reflected. When you miss an assignment, I'll go ahead and subtract 2 PPS points from your overall grade because it's going to sit at 100%. I don't think that's been changed yet in the grade book. I'll fix that. It should be at 100% right now. One of those new things with Blackboard Ultra. And then when you don't submit, it'll drop down over time. So My goal, of course, for all of you is to make sure that you submit your homework on time. I told you guys I would talk about that a little bit more. I wanted to make sure that you were aware of it. Of course, if you have any questions, a lot of you have already reached out to me. I'm happy to help you in any way I can. I usually get back to you, of course, within a few hours, same day. If it's the next day, you probably sent the email late in the day or something and I just missed it, but I'll always get back to you pretty quickly. If you need to meet via Zoom, I'm more than happy to do that. I know that'll probably be a lot more important as we get closer to our APA paper and presentation, which we're not ready to go over quite yet. We'll go over that in the future, but if you need to meet with me, don't hesitate just to reach out. I'm happy to help. That's why I'm here. But you guys are doing a great job so far. Just make sure for this week, it's due Sunday, you get your last set of homework done, which most of you already done, and your reply to your discussion board post, and then you can go ahead and start week 2. And remember, the only thing due in week 2 is the chapter 2 and chapter 3 homework. No discussion board posts this week. All right. You guys let me know if you need anything. I appreciate everything that you're doing. Keep up the good work.